First, we'll start with our honorary degree. The university recognises outstanding individuals who have contributed to society in their professions. We do this through giving honorary awards. Today, we'll recognise one of these outstanding individuals. Vice-Chancellor, it was unanimously resolved by the Senate and the Council of the University to confer an honorary degree, Doctor of Engineering, upon Alan J. Banks. Dr. David Bryant will present the candidate.
Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, graduands, it's my pleasure to introduce Alan Banks, alumnus of the University of Bradford, Lightweight Innovations Manager at Ford and champion of UK Sustainable Engineering and STEM. Alan's biography could be very brief. He joined the Ford Motor Company aged 16 and around 40 years later, he's still there. However, his achievements, drive and passion for engineering and above all, sustainable engineering speak for themselves. Using his positions as chair of the Vehicular Composites group within the Composites Leadership Forum and chair of the Board of Directors for Composites UK, he has set about influencing policy within both UK government and industry to generate national growth and economic opportunities in vehicle lightweighting, recycling and sustainable manufacture in the transition towards net zero. Alan has worked for the Ford Motor Company in various roles within chassis engineering, with his role over the last 10 to 15 years being to spearhead the innovation drive for lightweighting and sustainability of the vehicle structures. His links with the university began in the mid-2000s when he enrolled on and subsequently graduated from a Masters by Research in Engineering Quality Improvement, a programme run by the University of Bradford for professional engineers at the Ford Motor Company. Indeed, I had the pleasure of examining Alan's thesis. The work had such relevance to our students in that it was real-world engineering where things don't always go to plan that I invited Alan back to give presentations on his work to our students. The credit crunch of 2007, a cancelled budget, inconclusive results, no vehicles and no time to complete his MSc, has become known as Alan's tale of woe. But it's not a tale of woe, it's a tale of how, with no budget, he overcame the odds, hiding a vehicle which was destined for the official Ford scrapyard and smuggling it over to the test track in Belgium, with his powers of persuasion to get the test drivers to instrument the vehicle and complete the testing during their own time, and making findings that have had real impact within the company related to vehicle engineering. It's these never give up traits that are evident in Alan's current drive for vehicle lightweighting and sustainable manufacturing and should set an example for those graduating today. Throughout his career, Alan has championed an engineering and innovation agenda with an outstanding track record for himself and the team that he's led. 5 British patents, 1 European patent, 1 US patent, 2018 JEC World Winner for Automotive Innovation, 2019 Ford Research and Advanced Engineering Award, 2020 Composites UK Innovation Award in Design. And Alan regularly offers up his time to give talks at the university to students and the public about these award-winning projects. Alan's vision for the future of the automotive sector aligns strongly with our university's mission to drive sustainable social and economic development. Alan provides an exemplary illustration of our vision and ethos to promote inclusion and equality of opportunities in this important industrial sector to make a difference by revitalising UK industry with sustainable low-carbon manufacturing at its core. Alan is also leading a call for the total overhaul of the standards for all sustainability and recycling. In an electric vehicle environment, this is especially important as the focus on zero tailpipe CO2, whilst important, is only a fraction of the global CO2 problem. With the increased weight of electric vehicles comes increased demand of materials as structures get heavier. Alan advocates the development of the skills required for zero-emission vehicles with advanced materials, a task only achieved by strong education from universities like Bradford. He brings this view to the University of Bradford through his role as chair of the Industrial Advisory Board for Mechanical and Energy Systems Engineering. In steering the update of our engineering curriculum, facilitating broad engagement with industry and institutions to equip our students with the skills needed to deliver these grand challenges. He has facilitated donations from Ford to the Faculty of Engineering and Informatics to support the mechanical engineering students to develop a racing car for the IMechE Formula Student Competition. He is particularly passionate about engagement with materials research agenda, working with academic staff at Bradford to set up research in additive manufacturing for composite lightweight structures, novel technologies for recycling of composites, and life cycle analysis for novel composite materials at the early development stage. In summary, for his outstanding contribution to the promotion of UK industry, sustainable manufacturing and STEM, Vice-Chancellor, I have great pleasure in presenting to you the honorary degree of Doctor of Engineering, Alan Banks.
By the authority vested in me, I admit you to the honorary degree of Engineering of the University of Bradford, and thank you for accepting this award. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vice-Chancellor. And thank you very much and good afternoon, everyone. Those are possibly some of the kindest words I've ever heard. Thank you very much, David. So yeah, I'm absolutely humbled to be receiving this honorary award as a Doctor of Engineering, but mainly I'm absolutely delightedly proud. I could never imagine being as over the moon as I am now. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think as a 16-year-old leaving school that I would receive such an honour, and my meekness is tempted by a huge amount of pride. There is no doubt about it. I'm a graduate of Bradford Engineering, as David said. I completed my MSc course in 2015. I chose Bradford on the advice of my peers. I could have gone to Bradford or Loughborough to do my MSc, but I wanted a course that would challenge me intellectually as well as provide access to the facilities and the lecturers at the university. To me, that was really important. And I have to say, my first impressions of Bradford were really surprising. Not in a bad way, far from it, but I just wasn't prepared for the fantastic community spirit that Bradford has always had. And then you have to remember that I'm from the south, where people don't talk to each other. So it was remarkable that I'd walk down the road and people would say hello to me. I'd go, I don't know who you are. So it was really interesting that people would actually talk to each other. Since my graduation, I've chaired the Industrial Advisory Board for the faculty, and I'm always offering advice on the curriculum as well as mentoring students, and I do a lot of employment workshops, and I'm very, very happy to do that. But for me, I see that as a responsibility. It's, apologies for this term, but us old guys, and I don't just mean men obviously, but us old guys, we have a responsibility to all of you to pay this forward so that we can really celebrate with the faculty and with the announcement of, you know, especially when we come to the announcement of the Bradford City of Culture in 2025. And we really want to help the faculty to promote the City of Culture in 2025 to make Bradford a destination city and attract new students. So my fellow graduates who are graduating with me today, you've possibly had the worst set of circumstances that anybody could have when you've been graduating. You've had to go through a global pandemic, you've had to go through a cost of living crisis, and the resilience of the students and the faculty and the staff at Bradford University has just been absolutely exemplary. Let me assure you, look around the room at all these people in funny hats. When you see the amount of people that there are here today, these situations are going to mould you. Things very rarely go to plan in engineering, which I'm going to get to in a minute, and it's really important that as graduates you're able to apply what you've learned so that you can improve situations as you move forward. And what you do is going to stand you in good stead from years to come, and everything you've learned is going to put you in great stead. It's also worth acknowledging our friends and family for this moment. In fact, I'd like to take a moment to give them all a round of applause, please. It's always easy to think that you do these things on your own, but every man and woman is not an island. We are a product of our families, our friends, our communities, our cultures, our faiths. Bradford has always had a very strong community spirit, which is exemplified in this room of graduates that I see before me today. So during the pandemic, we relied upon each other more than ever, and it's a testament that we're all here today. And I want to thank all the friends and family and everyone who supported us from the bottom of my heart, because without any of you, we wouldn't be here. So when I'm often asked to lecture for the Faculty of Engineering and Informatics, my subject is always engineering and why nothing ever goes to plan. So when you think about three sciences, they can be broken down pretty much like this, okay? If it's green or it wriggles, it's biology. If it smells, it's chemistry. And if it doesn't work, it's engineering, okay? That's how things work. Now, I know that I'm a bit of a dinosaur, not only because of my advanced age, but also because, as David said, I've only ever worked for one employer my whole life. I've never even had a paper round. I left school at 16, went straight to work for Ford Motor Company, which, you know, I'm still there after all these years. And I've held many positions in that time. I've worked around the world, and I've been really fortunate enough to meet sort of new cultures, new people, new organisations, and I've really, really enjoyed my job. But let me assure you, if I've worked for Ford for 40 years, it's the next 5 to 10 years that are going to redefine everything. Everything that we know about automotive, we've got to start thinking outside the box now, because everything that we thought we knew is changing. The world is moving. We're going to have to drive for sustainability in new innovations every single day. From advanced propulsion to circular materials, the industry is going to have to figure out exactly how we do this. We're going to have to think about design for durability, design for recircularity, for reusability, for recycling, all of those good things. And we have to do that because our customers demand it. But as well as customers demanding it, legislation's going to start demanding it. So as engineers, we're the ones who are going to be tasked to fix all those problems in the future. And it's going to be down to all of the universities to start thinking about that curriculum and how that might encompass all of those courses, as I've said before. Now, it's really important that I'm talking about automotive because I'm an automotive guy, but all of those are going to play a big part in aerospace, in medicine, in construction, in the leisure industry. All of those places are going to have exactly the same issues that we have in automotive. We've only got one planet. And I know that sounds a bit of a cliche, and you know, I wouldn't class myself as an eco-warrior under any circumstances. Anybody who knows me would say I'm definitely not an eco-warrior. But let me assure you, we have the one planet, and we have finite resources. And just to give you an example of that, okay, bauxite that's mined to make aluminium has got about 100 years left in the ground before that becomes a scarce resource. And if 100 years sounds a long time, well, I've worked for Ford for 40 years, and that went like that. So when you think about things like scarce resources and rare earth materials, think about that. But I believe that every problem creates an opportunity. And I would implore you all, whenever you're thinking about a problem, think of it as an opportunity. A problem is an opportunity that you haven't thought about yet. Never, ever waste a good crisis. Seriously. And it's really important that it's great that I see every engineer in front of me today that clearly shows the talent and the enthusiasm that we have as an industry, that we can overcome anything that's put in front of us. And it's events such as these that are happening up and down the country sort of during this week that give me real optimism for the future. As Terminator once said, the future is not set. There's no fate but what we make for ourselves. And I strongly believe that. And I'm going to close this speech because I like to think that I am the only person who's ever quoted the Terminator in an acceptance speech for an honorary degree. So many congratulations, everyone. This is a time for celebration. So let's celebrate. I want to thank the Vice-Chancellor, the Chair of the Council, our fellow graduates, guests, and I want to see you all at the celebration afterwards. Thank you very much.